'Tis the season to shine with H&M. Discover the holiday collection and find fashionable pieces for your wardrobe or for under the tree. Get inspired and dazzle with this year's glam. From tuxedo styles, bow detailed pieces, impressive prints, and more. From unforgettable looks to unforgettable gifts. With fashion finds to home decor, find it all at H&M. Treat your loved ones and yourself this season. Shop in-store or at hm.com.
Okay, what's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the TMossBoss Show, and welcome. I'm bringing this back. I'm bringing all of the Reddit-themed stuff back. Well, answering Reddit questions and then relationship advice. But that's what I'm doing. I'm doing a relationship advice episode, but it's gonna be quick because I am working on videos and stuff. So I'm probably just gonna read the title. But when I have some more free time throughout the day, probably end up doing another episode tomorrow so I can do a little bit of a longer episode and stuff. But anyways, yeah. But I used to do these back in the day. Well, actually, not back in the day, literally last year, and I stopped. But I'm bringing them back because I got so busy and caught up with a bunch of other stuff. But anyways, let's go ahead and read the first one. After I finally told my girlfriend she smells, she gets mad and insists I'm lying. I can't take it anymore. That's crazy. That is some crazy stuff. I don't know. Could I be in a relationship with a girl that smells especially if she smells bad? I'm trying to think, what's the worst thing? One of them gassy farts that literally that's second level tear gas. Or that's there's first level tear gas. That's what will cause everything to go wrong with you and stuff. But that gassy fart, bro, that's second level. That's not that's second, third, fourth degree, tear gas. But yeah, it's one of those things I'm look, why would I lie about something like that? That's not something that you just lie about. I'm saying I will lie about things that's funny, stuff that I'm overall gonna be joking about, but I am not going to lie about that. No, babe, you smell. I'm sorry to break it down to you, but you do, okay? If I gather up in some people in here to have them agree with me, you know what? They're not gonna come. Why? Because you smell. Dang, go get you some freaking Irish Spring and go in the shower. You just throw that in instead of, I don't even know, no, you have that be your bath bomb. You just have that thing just soak in there, right? In just some hot water, and you let from neck down, just let your body just soak in it, okay? Just soak in that hot water and stuff, because I cannot have that. We got to get rid of that smell. So yeah, I'm especially if I see a future with her, I'm babe, we gonna have to do something about this, because I'm saying that ain't normal. But anyways, next one, so the person, he's 21, and then he's wife 22, keeps making terrifying jokes. People have different senses of humor. That's one thing that I've discovered throughout the years. People will say things, and I was I had to tell one of my fans to chill out when they cracked the joke, because I'm look, bro, you might think that that's funny, but other people don't. He was I don't care what other people think. I'm okay, well, I'm other people, all right? So don't crack jokes like that no more. I'm y'all gotta chill. People gotta chill sometimes on jokes. You might think that your sense of humor is funny and stuff, but others is gonna be bro, what? Where does that even come from? What is you talking about? But yeah, I just think people, they just need to ask, or, maybe crack one joke and see how they react to it. And if they have a bad reaction to it, then it's okay, But I'm crack that one good joke that gets them to laugh and be on that lane. Okay, when you want to shift lanes and crack another joke that might be a little bit darker, then they might hit you with that's too dark. That's too dark. But if they just look at you and oh, ha, 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 that was not funny at all. I think if I had a wife and she was cracking terrifying jokes, I don't even know, oh, I'm gonna kill somebody, but then it starts laughing, I'm babe, there's gonna be a day where I take you serious. I'm gonna call the cops. I'm stop cracking jokes like that. Just stop it, okay? But the the one guy was like, or no, where so anyways, he was like, I met my wife when I was 18 on a dating site. She warned me from the start. She had, oh, so she warned him. She warned him. We hardly even fight, and everything really was perfect. Oh, did he get a divorce? Dang, what happened? Truth is, I'm scared and terrified. I really get too out of sleep and I'm exhausted and fear. So wait, she watches a crime show a lot. Stuff interesting, but since she married, wife been joking that she's going to do the things wives are doing these crime shows to their husband and me. I laugh it off at first, like, haha, funny. But it becomes more and more frequent. I told her it started to make me feel uncomfortable in my own house, and she just laughed and nudged me and poked fun at me for being scared of her. I'm like, nah, because I'm like, there's stories and situations where that be happening. So I'm like, no, I'm being dead serious. You got to chill on that stuff. Like, you talking about killing me and things. I'm like, okay, well, when I hit you with the divorce papers, then you know that they ain't no joke. And they poking fun and laughing and all. That's what I don't like when people, when it's all like, when I tell you, like, I'm uncomfortable with what you doing, and they're like, oh, no, it's okay. No, it's not. It's not. With me, it's not. So you gotta chill. I'm like, I ain't hearing that. I ain't hearing what you think. You gonna hear what I think. You gonna chill on that, all right? Otherwise, it's gonna be a problem. So, yeah, I'm like, that type of stuff. It was in that not Shroud of Compton, but the All Eyes on Me Tupac biopic movie, and they showed that scene where Snoop Dogg, he had them blankets, but he had, like, what was it, a knife or a fork? That's how, I'm saying, I've been sleeping on the couch, and that's exactly how I've been sleeping. I'm like, if I remotely hear anything in the middle of the night that doesn't sound normal, somebody getting shanked. I'm like, I don't want it to happen, but I'm just saying, that's gonna happen. So, yeah, that's crazy. Oh, this next one looks crazy too. I rejected a transgender man and he's threatening to ruin my life. Yeah, that's not cool. That's not cool. I'm like, if you get rejected by somebody, accept it, move on, but do not threaten to ruin a person's life over it. Like, that's one thing that I thought on was like, what if that ever happens to me where I have to reject a transgender person, which I have no problem doing. Like, I will reject them and let them know, like, hey, it's just, I am cool. My thing is like, I'm cool with being friends with a transgender person. I'm like, and if you want to get operations and changes done to you, I support it. Do it. Shoot, I will drive you up to the place to do it. If you need somebody to drive you back and forth, I'm 100% for it. I'm like, that type of stuff, it don't matter to me. Why? Because I'm not the one that's doing it. So I'm like, even then, I'm like, I'm not the one doing it. I have no say so in what a person does with their body. But I'm like, I do have a say so in who I'm going to be with in life. So I'm like, if I want to be with a woman that was born a woman, then I'm like, that's who I'm going to be with. But it ain't I was a man, but I transitioned to a woman because I always felt like I'm sorry. I'm like, find somebody that's into you, but I'm not into you. I'm sorry, but that's just, you gotta respect it, okay? So I ain't trying to, be rude or anything. So I'm like, hey, look, if we could be cool, be friends, shoot, play Call of Duty in the middle of the night, yelling at each other, I'm fine with that. I'm like, I'm not going to turn down that. That's one thing for sure. I will never in my life turn down a friendship. You could be the craziest person in the world. If you feel like that you find peace with me, hey, I'm like, more power to you. I'm glad that you find peace within me. And I don't care what you do. I don't care who you are. I don't care how tall you are, how short you are. If you find peace in me, I'm like, that type of stuff, that hits home for me. So I'm like, I can't turn that away. I'm sorry, but I just can't. But I'm like, a relationship, that's where I'm like, whoa, wait a minute now. I'm like, okay. So I'm like, I start thinking about things. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, I'm sorry. I'm like, if that offends you, I'm like, I'm sorry, but that's just one of those things you just gotta respect. I'm saying, like, my thing is like, would you date somebody or like, I'm not trying to like give it like a crazy, I'm not trying to compare it, but I'm just saying, like, if there's a person in this world that you wouldn't date, would you date them? And how would you feel if you rejected them and then they said some stuff like that to you? You wouldn't like that, wouldn't you? So that's, I'm like, people need to chill on that type of stuff. But anyways, next one, ex-brother-in-law. Okay, after 8 years divorce. Wait a minute, what? Hold on, let me read this one just to see what it means, because I'm like, I'm confused by the title. I'm uncertain if I should feel guilty or wrong about this situation, despite it being over 8 years since my divorce from my brother. I do have children who are also nearly adults with my ex-husband, who co-parent quite well. My ex is remarried. He has a new baby. We got married really young and we're together 15 years. His brother messaged me and we started talking off and on 6 months ago. After I went through a major change, he was also going through a lot. Oh, okay. I think I'm finally understanding this. I think that that's kind of weird. I wouldn't date my ex-wife's sister. I think that's what she's hinting to, but let's continue reading it. We finally got to a point where he told me he had been attracted to me for the last 3 years. He mentioned he found me attractive to his brother who told him to go for it. Oh, well, I mean, if that's, I don't know. I just feel like that's weird. Now I'm like, I gotta go to, because my thing is like, if we get married, you mean to tell me I gotta see the parents, but in a different, that would be weird. That would be extremely weird. Let me go ahead, because I've started reading this. Let me go ahead and finish it. So go for it on 3 separate occasions. 3 separate occasions. Like, that's, wow. All right. We had completely, mind-blowing sex with it being one-time thing, and we were both a little drunk. Then we had to try it again, obviously. Now it's been a month and we talk all the time. I'm not sure what to do now if I continue sleeping with them. Emotionally, connection already there and now just different and growing. Is it morally acceptable to continue the relationship? Clearly no one besides us know what has happened between us. Well, I feel like if y'all got feelings for each other, then see how it turns out. With me, on the other hand, I'm like, man, that's such a weird thing, though. But I guess, like, if feelings start getting involved, I'm like, you know what? I'm like, my thing is that I'm supposed to live my life to the fullest, right? Correct? Yeah, right? So I personally feel like if this is the one, like, if this is truly the one, I guess I will have to, like, block out all pep. I mean, like, I guess, like, if we had kids, I'm like, you can't really dang. But I'm like, that's just, now I'm like, bruh, that's just weird. Where it's all like, what does that even mean for the kid? Because my thing is like, okay, we decide to get married, right? So what does that mean for the kids? Like, your aunt is your new mother-in-law. Like, that is weird. I'm like, auntie mother-in-law. Like, that's weird. But that's some stuff I probably, like, I guess if we do have, like, a sense of humor and things, I probably would call her that. I'm all like, that's just, man, I don't know how I feel about that. I'm like, that's kind of weird. But anyways, I'm like, hey, more power to you guys. Do what y'all want to do. But anyways, next one, where am I at on time? 12 minutes. Okay, I've been getting through these fast. But anyways, I probably if I read the stories, I probably would have been a little bit, the time would have been a little bit further on. But anyways, wife expects me to do everything and it's exhausting. No relationship should be like that. It's either half and half, or you decide to do everything that you want to do. But it shouldn't be no, like, peer pressure, like, oh, no, you're supposed to do all these things because you're the husband. No, half and half relationship. Now, I'm willing to help you out and put a little bit on my plate, but I am not going to, you just scoop everything on my plate and then expect me to do it all. That ain't gonna happen. That, to me, that's not a fair relationship. So, yeah, definitely I would nip that right there. But, so there's like, that's a long one, but I just want to read what she's expecting him to do. So I'm expected to work 12 to 14 hours a day, keep the house clean, drive her to work, pick her up from the gym after work, manage all the bills, help her run errands, and cook dinner. Nah. I'm like, that ain't happening. So I will do half of it and I will help you on it, and it's just gonna be a 50-50 thing, but I'm not gonna do 100% of everything. And then doing all this, I'm like, no, that ain't happening. I'm like, and to any woman that feels like, oh, well, you as a man, I guess I'm not a man, I guess I'm still a boy. I'm like, yep, mama's boy. I'm like, because that's how I see it, and that's how I'm going to act in a situation like that until you see that, hey, as a married couple, my thing is like, I didn't do the whole marriage ceremony and the whole wedding and all that stuff. We both did that. All right, so we both married. We both gonna have to put in the work for this stuff. It ain't gonna be I do all the work because I'm the husband. Kind of, nah, that's some mess. That's some BS right there. That's mess and BS. But Wait a minute, what's this name? Boyfriend mad at me for not showering with him. Well, I feel like a shower should just be exclusive to a person. I feel like the only time when two people should be in the shower, that's when it's like time is running low, or you guys just got a big enough shower to where two people can shower in it. But what kind of, why would you get mad over some stuff like that? Like, I could not be mad at I would playfully be mad at her, like jokingly be mad at her, but then just be like, oh yeah, like Walking Dead's coming on at 9 tonight, or it's or it just still like, be cool with her and stuff, but then just be like, oh yeah, but I'm not talking to you, nope, I'm mad, I'm like, and then just doing some like joking stuff, but then just be like, if I want to start up a conversation, like, oh yeah, I record this amount of videos, but I'm mad at you, I ain't coming to, but but it's like, overall I'm playing, I'm joking, but like, to actually be like, I'm leaving. They're like, no, I'm going over to my friend's house, because right now, the vibe from you not wanting to shower with me, your boyfriend, how dare you? Like, that type of stuff I couldn't do. I'm like, I'm sorry, but I'm like, that's not a relationship. You dating a child. Like, I'm sorry to break it to you, but I'm like, if somebody gets mad over some stuff like that, I'm like, yeah. I'm like, you dating a child. So I'm like, he's into some stuff that you're not into. I mean, if you want to shower with him. But if not, that's like, I feel like him as a person should accept that. I'm like, but that's crazy. But anyways, this next one, boyfriend walked in naked while I was on a Zoom with friends. Dang, I'm trying to think, what would I do in a situation like that? Man, I feel like though, like, was you, I mean, honestly, you can't blame the girl. I'm like, it ain't, the girl's fault. Like, yeah, the boyfriend, but I'm like, I guess, like, if you're used to that, my thing is, like, that's why I be listening. I'm like, if I hear, talking, I'm just like, oh, okay, well, then, I'm just going to overall, like, dang, let me go get a towel and then wrap myself up. Even I would feel embarrassed walking in with a towel and stuff. So I'm like, dang, that's why I'm like, look, this is what I do after I'm done showering. I have all my clothes and all my stuff sitting right there on the counter. So I ain't got to walk nowhere naked. And if let's say for an example, if I forgot a shirt, or if I forgot like my underwear, or if I got a sock or something, I put on what I got, or I put on the old dirty shirt and then take that off, put on a new one, and then there you go. So that's how I do it. And I'm like, and I just, to eliminate all of that. But that's crazy. I feel sorry for that girl. Dang, that's bad stuff. One of the friends was all like, oh my God. Like, that's crazy. I'm like, you can't even look them friends in the face no more. I just been like, nah. I'm like, she had been like, oh, if she's like, hey, I'm getting ready to go have a dinner party with my friends. You want to come? I'm like, are them the friends in that Zoom call the other day? She's like, yeah, those are the ones. I'm like, oh, well, look at that. Gotta record some YouTube videos. I guess I can't do it. I'm like, I'm booked right now. I can't do it. Look at that. I'm live streaming. Hey, live stream. I'm like, can't do that. But anyways, where am I in time? 17. Okay. I'm gonna read like this. All right, I'm gonna read this last one. I'm gonna read the whole thing. But anyways, my 20. Wait a minute, what? So this is the 25-year-old. My girlfriend's mom told me a secret and doesn't want me to tell anyone. Well, why would you put that pressure on me, man? I'm like, I don't need to hear that. I've been like, please don't put me in no situation like that. But anyways, yeah, let's go ahead and read what happens. I feel like that, I don't know. Like, I don't know whether I should read this or not. But you know what? Let's just read it. Maybe I can help somebody on this. But I am at loss on what to do. My girlfriend is Lauren. Her mom's name is Anne. Anne has had rough few weeks. She got COVID, and shortly after found out her mom died. Dang, that's messed up. Today I was helping Anne and she dropped a bomb on me. She said I had to get this off my chest and tell you something, but it doesn't leave this room. You can't tell Lauren. My husband, Lauren's dad, has cancer for almost a year, and he does not want his kids to know. Dang, that's messed up. That is really messed up, man. That's kind of sad. I'm like, I didn't really know what I was going to get into when reading this, but that's the thing. I'm like, it's, my grandfather, he had cancer. He had like stomach cancer, so it got pretty bad, and it was something that he couldn't really hide. So it's one of those things where I'm like, it shouldn't be hidden because I feel like that's something that I would want to know because I'm like, but and it's sad to like, that stuff, but I'm like at the same time, it's like I feel like that it just being dropped on me, like as soon as like something really bad happens, then that's when I'm like, yeah, that type of stuff where I'm like, man, like like you just it's yeah, that's sad. That's sad. But anyways, so yeah, let's go ahead and read the rest. I now sit with this information and can't tell her. I have no idea what to do. She insists that the dad does not want to let anyone know right now. He is very anti-doctor and is likely brushing this off as not that serious. I see, man, I really don't know what I would do in a situation like that because I'm like, I don't like anti-doctor people. So I'm like, stuff like that just overall wouldn't work with me. But I definitely would try to like, now that I know, I've been like, look, we got to talk on this, or more so, try to like convince him to go get some help because I'm like that type of stuff. I'm like, you want to get help before it's too late. I guess like because I know my grandfather, he was just accepting it because they said due to his age they couldn't do no surgery and stuff on him, so it was pretty messed up, and he was like, all right, well, he was at the point where he was like, I just gonna have to deal with it and things, and so yeah, it's messed up that it's like that. But I definitely would try to like talk them into getting some help because I'm like, yeah, that ain't that's not something that I want to have on my mind. And I'm like, knowing I could have did something, I'm like, yeah, I don't know, maybe she told you is in a cry for help or something where she's like yo, I got to overall like tell you this because like I'm needing you to like give me some advice, but I'm like, yo, I would definitely talk to the father about it and stuff, but because I'm like, yeah, the kids don't know, but I'm like, look, man, I'm like, you gotta get help because I'm like, if you can, then do it, but if you can't, then it's like, all right, then live your last just like we're just do what you can, bro, do what you can. Like, dang, that's a hard one, but I'm hoping that they wait a minute. He's very anti-gun. He's brushing it all the time. I am sad for my girlfriend. I am hoping they will tell her soon and only keeping it from her because she's extremely busy and stressed for her tax season at her job. But I fear that they may delay and I will live with this. I'm really not sure why she would tell me this news and not want me to say anything. It's very awkward for me. Yeah, I definitely would be trying to talk to him. And I'm like, look, bro, you gotta go to the doctor and like see what you can do about this and things. It's something where it's like you can't hide it, and then it's like then the last few memories that she has of you is my thing is like I would want to be mentally prepared for that type of stuff. I don't want it to be dropped on me or in a surprising way. Like I want to know of that and things. So that's I'm like, if we can go to the doctor and do something, then we have to. That's not something I'm like, look, I would do whatever I can in my power to help you guys, but I'm like, look, we got to fix this, all right? So, but anyways, man, I forgot how dark relationship advice subreddit can get. But anyways, I will talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for listening to this podcast episode. I don't want to end this off like how I usually end it off. So yeah, just thank you guys for listening, and I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.